Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on a Monday at 12 o'clock. Welcome. Happy Monday hugs I've got in my cup today. My very special friend brought me this beautiful cup. I love it. And it matches the sunshine today. We've got loads of sunshine. Most of the country has sunshine today, which is really cool. So it puts everybody in a happy place, doesn't it, when we've got sunshine? And it's equinox today. That's, 12 hours of dark and 12 hours of light. This is kind of a nice day, isn't it? It's a good start to the week. So maybe it's a time to think about what makes us happy. And I know that some people will forget I'm on here because I'm on here every 2 weeks now. So I'm waiting for someone to come on so I can send you a happy hug. Happy Monday hug while I'm drinking my tea. This is a lovely ginger tea today. So I hope that you can join me and find some time in our very busy lives, because we all need to do that. We need to find time to be happy and to regroup ourselves, if you like, through that happiness. So I'm just going to put that down. So today is all about create our own happiness, create our own happy hour. Now, if we say happy hour, people normally think of the pubs, don't they? And they got happy hour where everyone's got reduced price drinks and things, which is great. And I'm saying that's a lovely idea. If you want to look forward to happy hour from the pub, that's great. Go down the pub and enjoy that. But I'm asking you to look at happy hour for yourself, to create your own happy hour every day. Now, I know that's quite a lot to ask for some people because there's busy mums doing things all day and people hardly ever get time for themselves, do they? And so what I'm sort of suggesting is that even if you have 2 half hours or 4 quarter of an hour sessions of finding that time to be happy, doing something that makes you happy, something that measures really high on your scale of 1 to 10, it's something that makes you feel like you're just breathing yourself, Oh, Annie, you're the first person on today. Happy Monday hugs to you, my sweetheart. Now, Annie, you're a very good example of what I'm talking about. I've got something I've written out here to remind myself, but you are a good example of what I'm talking about today. Happy hour, okay? So it's create your own happy hour. Well, I know that you go down your allotment and you create beautiful things there. All that food you put in there, you reap the harvest of. How satisfying is that? And when you're being grounded and you're going out and you're enjoying the bit of sun. I did that this morning, actually. I went out in the garden for a bit. I'm sitting on the allotment listening. Oh, that's so funny. I love it. Well, you're a very good example, Annie, of creating your own happy hour. You just measure right now how that feels when you are doing something you love, something your heart tells you is good for you. You're growing things, you're creating beautiful things around you, and you're enjoying nature while you're doing it. How beautiful is that? I reckon that would measure a good 8, 9s and 10s, even on a bad day, I think. Yeah, she's applauding me. How sweet. So I think that's measuring quite high for you, even on days that frustrate you down the allotment. I still think that you are still feeling that sense of satisfaction and happiness from being there, even if it's just an hour. And I think that's what you do every day, I believe, or so as often as you can, don't you, darling? So that's a good example. But also it could be walking the dog. It could be, if you love the dog, it could be any number of things. I've got a whole list here, but I'm sure that you will come up with more. What makes you happy? Okay. What is it? Is it being out in the garden? For me, that is one of the things I like as well, Annie. So I've been out in the garden, just putting washing out and looking at all the plants, and it makes me happy just to be and breathe and feel the air. That's good for me. Easy. Plus, I've got a cup of coffee too, she says. How lovely. So let's create our own personal happy hour every day. Whether it is, you can mix it up. It could be the same thing like you do, Annie, but it could be making a cake. It could be, because some people I know just love cooking or doing something on their own just to regroup themselves, you see. It could be any number of things, but we can find that time. We don't think we can, but you really can. We've just got caught in a bit of a rut where perhaps we watch telly in the evenings, or we do, and that's fine too. Thank you for the hug. But yes, yes, if you watch telly and that brings you happiness, brilliant. But it depends on what it measures. Quite a lot of the time there is a lot of waiting to be done. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know. You've got to wait for things to become fruition. But, for to reap your beautiful plants and things. But it's not just that. It's being there. It's hopeful. It's planting the seed. It's giving yourself a chance to be part of your future, really, because you're putting yourself into that. You're creating something. Karen says, hi, beautiful. So hi, Karen. Oh, I think you're beautiful too. Thank you. Happy Monday to you, darling. Happy sunshine hugs. So Karen, we're talking about what makes us happy and to create our own happy hour every day. Now, the reason why it has to be a happy hour and not happy 10 minutes, if you can, is because you need to be disciplined. We all need to be disciplined. My guides gave me this exercise to do a couple of days ago, and I have to do it, because if I'm going to ask you to do it, I have to do it too. Now, we can all say we are all so busy, which is true. We'd always find something to fill that space, won't we? But we really do need to have some respite, whatever it is that makes us happy. Now, let's start with measuring whatever we think is making us happy, 1 to 10. And we want to be over 5, okay? Because over 5, you thrive. Under 5, you don't. You need to get out, survive. It's something I talked about a long time ago. But let's measure it. So for instance, some people might say a bath might do it. A nice hot bath, relaxing in hot water, might be over 5, okay? So I've just got a few examples here. It might be hugging your cat. It might be having a hug yourself. It might be, as I say, cooking. It could be having a nap. Some people say, I haven't got time for a nap, but I love it. Well, that's over 5. Maybe we can just allow that, or change whatever makes us happy every day for variety. We've got one friend of mine on here. She loves cooking. She loves cooking, and she cooks herself a nice Sunday meal, and she just feels safe and happy and relaxed. And that is a lovely way to ground yourself through that happiness. Is it meditation? Or simply sitting still and being and breathing and watching and just perhaps, enjoying nature, being quiet and still. If you can't meditate, that's a good way of doing it. It could be colouring books. I know a few people that love colouring. That produces happiness hormones. That makes you feel achieved. Dopamine, when she's finished it, she feels achieved. But look at the colours you're using. Look at the skill. Look at the escape that you're having when you're colouring in. These things are lovely. And you might just doodle and colour in from there. If you've got none of those books, there's always a way of centering your mind into something creative, because that is lovely. My happy place is being outside in nature. Karen, I'm hearing that more and more. I know we love our hot baths and our warm bed, etc., but you are absolutely right. When we go outside, even for 5 minutes, and it's quite refreshing, isn't it, to know how different you feel when you go outside. It's like another lease of life, I think. We just basically ground. I think it really makes us present in that moment. I think we become more present in ourselves. And from that place is always a good thing, because we can create more of where we're going in life. We become clearer. We become more focused, more energy. And the energy of being in nature is lovely, isn't it? So it might just be looking out the window, opening the window, going for a walk. It might be whatever those things are. But Karen, I reckon if you were to measure that right now, 1 to 10, I'm thinking, obviously you've mentioned it, it's got to be up 8s, 9s and 10s, hasn't it? This is like a reboot every time. Yes, it is a reboot. It's a rebalancing of yourself. And that's going to make your body feel happy. It's going to make all those chakras happy, all of these happy energies here. It's going to help you to stop worrying, to be better in your relationships. Karen says she's got a 10 for that. Well, then we must do it. We work so hard throughout our lives. Whatever we're doing, even if we don't work in a job, we still work in our lives. We work at home doing things and thinking things. We're always going. But how often do we rebalance? These feelings that affect our chakras don't get a chance to reboot, do they? We get stressed, we get get sad or self-judgment or, you know, past stuff. We let those affect us, but we don't know they're affecting us. At a subconscious level, they are, and that shuts these down. So when you go outside or when you do something that you feel makes you happy, whatever that is, then that's going to help reboot all of those energies. It's going to help you be more mindful, trust yourself, trust life. It's a win-win situation, to be honest. So let's go back to the list. Some people, including myself, by the way, if I haven't read a book for years, because I've always been so busy doing other things, and I love my work, as you know, but reading a book is really lovely. It's escapism, and it's just a lovely thing to invest in. I like books that teach me things and that have moral standing. You know, I like books that show me some message. But whatever the books are for you, they could be something you just really enjoy. You know, I've got a next door neighbour who absolutely enjoys his Terry Pratchett books. Brilliant. They're a lovely series of books that he really throws himself into. And I'm just suggesting that perhaps that might be something that brings you into a high number that you remember to be bringing you happiness. So measure everything that you think is going to make you happy. And if you can't find anything, then think about when you were a child. What would it be when you were a child? What made you happy? You know, for me, I was always dancing in the garden with scarves or you know, to music. Or I would have, I love blowing bubbles in the garden. You know, we don't need a child to be around to have that excuse. We can just have fun. What makes you have fun? What brings you into a state of happiness? Okay? So it might be, for many people, myself included, it might be music. It might be you want to put your favourite songs on. Listen to your songs. Let the song carry you into a higher place of happiness. Whatever those songs are, put them on and listen to them. Dance around the kitchen if you like. That's one sure way of bringing your energy into a higher place. And from there, you'll stay well. You'll stay mentally, well, certainly it helps you to. All those energies, as I said, will flow. And you'll present, by the law of attraction, more of that into your life. You'll give yourself a chance to have more happiness because you're feeling it. And anything you feel for more than 17 seconds is locking into yourself, into your body's energy and into what you attract into your life. And you're more likely to see it everywhere you look, okay? So music, it does it for a lot of people. I spoke to one of my clients the other day and she said watching a film does it for her. She likes Disney films. So that's brilliant because her inner child is happy. She's watching this film, and she's feeling good at the end of it. You know, it resonates with her. And for her, that was measuring well over 5. So measure everything that you do that you think makes you happy. And if it measures under 5 and you think, well, actually, that's not as good as I thought, then stay away from it as much as you can. If you can, just think about what does make you happy and do that, okay? Because if you're happy, you're going to create more happiness around you for other people. You're going to be an inspiration. You're going to be an energy that people want to be around. You'll be the sunshine. You know, you'll naturally promote this energy out and people will respond to it. And they need it. You need to be their sunshine. So let's have a look. We've got music, watch a film, take a nice walk. Yeah, it's back to nature again, isn't it? Playing games. Now, a lot of people think that playing games of any kind, like online or whatever, or proper games, you know, activities, you know, tennis, etc. Oh, hi, Christopher. It's nice you've joined us. Oh, thank you for being here. Happy Monday. So any games you like, whether it's sort of a physical, you know, tennis, badminton, anything, whether you're doing a physical game or you're actually doing an online game, games are good for us. People don't think the online games are good for you, but they are. They stimulate your mind, perhaps obviously in moderation, so you get a chance to be balanced in that. But games are good for us. You know, even sitting playing a board game, which is lovely. I like playing chess, but I'm not very good at it, but I like playing chess. I get beaten more than not, but I still like playing them. So playing games. So games are good. I like playing cards as well. That makes me happy. That takes me away from everything else and I play cards. It's lovely. So what makes you happy? Do you do any of the things I've mentioned? Would it be I've got written down here having a therapeutic session. It might be that you go to yoga or, oh, thank you, Christopher. He said it's good to be here. So, Christopher, what do you do? I mean, do you go running? Do you go to the gym? I mean, a lot of people I know go to the gym. And, oh, hi, Sam. It's nice you're here, darling. Happy Monday. So a lot of people would go to the gym. My son loves the gym. And when he goes to the gym, he feels the difference in his body and he feels happier because he's done it. And so many people would agree with that. Whatever does it for you, whatever brings you over 5, do that at least for an hour a day or as much as you possibly can. Happy hour today, the subject, was just to remind you to be disciplined enough to put that time for you into your day. And most people don't, as I say, myself included. I'd be very happy to go and do lots of other things I like doing, like creating, and I love writing stuff, I do. And I'm always thinking about new ideas for my work. And I'm more than happy to sit there doing that. But is that really balanced if I'm doing that all the time? I mean, that does bring me happiness, but should I be measuring it with something else? You know, balancing it out with, yeah, that makes me happy, but I can do this as well, and that makes me happy. So you might have several of those things I mentioned. You know, you may want to go for a holistic treatment. You may want to actually be of service and maybe be the one that actually provides that treatment for someone else. A lot of good therapists feel great when they've done their treatments on people. So it could be any kind of, you know, being of service doesn't just mean getting paid for your service as a therapist would, but it might be that you actually going to help a neighbour, or you go shopping for her or him, and or maybe walk their dog. That's being of service, isn't it? You are creating happiness hormones by doing those things because you know that it's appreciated by the person you're giving it to. So, and it's good for everybody. Good for them, it's good for you, it's good for the world. And collective consciousness is going to be being affected by your actions and your thoughts. So if we can focus on ourselves for a moment and give ourselves that happiness that feeds us, we are actually helping the rest of the world, and it's trickling through. People are going to feel it. It's going to lighten the mood of the world. It's going to help them, everybody in the world, to function better if they're happy. So the happier you are, you're creating happiness for other people. You know, if you want to create peace, you've got to be peaceful inside. People kind of know this. You know, when I want to create happy hours, I say I usually like to write, as you know, but also I like to play songs. I like to learn songs. Have a glass of wine, sit and write things, sit and read. So any number of things. That for me is a lovely routine to do. Sit down, do some writing, you know, give yourself permission to have that space where you are not worried and you're not stressed, because any number of thoughts can give you that stress and worry. And even if it's worrying about someone else that you love, that's still in your head, it's in your body, it's not helping the situation. We want it. We want everyone around us to be happy, but we've got to be happy first, because otherwise we're trying too hard to make someone else happy, and that's it can be a lot of pressure for people, actually. So what makes you happy is going to calm you down. It's going to calm your central nervous system. It's going to make you feel alive. It's going to rebalance you. And as some of you said already, it's going to give you a feeling of good feelings about your day. It's going to give you good energy. So that 1 hour is well spent on yourself, because if you spend it on yourself, you are going to feel like you value yourself, like you honor who you are and your needs. People quite often, they just don't value their own needs enough. And it is very important that we do. Otherwise we are, as I say, not balanced. I love to give my services, my help, my words, everything. I love people, and I want to help every person I know or speak to or connect to. But it's not always possible. Sometimes I just do my best and see what happens. But I mustn't forget the person. Just because I'm a strong person, it doesn't mean to say I don't need that 1 hour. So what have I done so far today? I've had near enough an hour in the garden. Lovely. I shall go back out there again later, and I shall really enjoy that and really be present in that moment, because I need to create that for myself. So what is it? Give me some suggestions that you like. Sam, what do you like doing, darling, for make you happy? What would it be? And a lot of people, they already kind of know this, but perhaps don't give themselves enough time to go and pursue it. You know, I know people that love to swim. Swimming makes them happy. They do affirmations while they swim. Brilliant. That's a very good thing. They might go running. Running's good. Kind of with every step you feel like you're getting somewhere. Well, that could be good to release tension and stress and make you feel happy. So it's all about you being mindful right now, today. So let's create our own happy hour. Whatever that is. You know, it's not, it can be a pint down the pub if you want. It can be a glass of wine like I have. It can be just sitting or being still, but being aware. This is what it is. Oh, Christopher says, I love music. Of course you do. I love playing drums, by the way. I forgot to mention that. It's one of my favourite things. I've just bought myself some very lovely large congas, and I love playing the congas. When I love playing percussion hand drums, and it just makes me feel great. I just love it. And there are no words really can explain why that works so well, but it just does. It tunes into your soul. And music is so important, isn't it? We've got to create our own happiness through that. So if you have to work and you haven't got time just to solely listen to music, then you can listen to it while you're doing something else. Maybe that will take away some of the stress or the burden or the pressure from having to do that chore that you're doing that you probably didn't measure on over 5. So if you're doing something that feels hard, or as I say, something that's not so enjoyable, then maybe listen to music with it or after it. But I'm asking you to try and just listen to it solely if you can. Even if it's 10 minutes, Christopher, even if it's half an hour, listen to a new song. Listen to something that fills your heart, and you will release all those happy hormones, and your body will probably work much better. And a lot of people I've already asked people to start doing this a couple of days back. My guides gave me this particular subject today. I'd already written another one out for today, but they said, no, you've got to have this. So apparently this is very important. That's why you've got happy hour first. A couple of weeks time, I'll read the other one out. So whatever it is, make sure that that is something you incorporate in your day. And I've talked to 2 clients before coming on here and got them to do this the past couple of days, and they said that they found it when they got over the first day of trying to structure it, that it became easier the second day to do. And I'm sure that over a 21 day or you know, perhaps a month of doing it, you will suddenly you'll realize its importance and why you could and should create it for yourself. With all the stress of the world and all the other people's feelings and your friends and family, we are affecting each other every day. We do it with our feelings, our thoughts, and our bodies will respond to it. And the worst thing is, if we're feeling negative or worried, we're going to attract more of that into our lives. And, you know, it's hard to get out of when you're in it, because you can't see your way out of it, because you're too far into that. It might be a routine that you've always got used to doing. I work this far, this much of the day, I do this, I do that. And then you've got this much space at the end of the day, maybe 10 minutes. And that's people read a book before they go to bed or something, but only for 5 minutes or whatever. We sort of put a lot of other priorities around us, not ourselves. So we need to kind of think, well, this is my time, and I'm going to be better at doing all the other jobs because I've given myself that 1 hour, or as close to it as you can, or in little pockets if you have to, because that would be okay too. But I'm just suggesting that we have discipline, because that's going to give ourselves a feeling of importance. We have to become important to ourselves. So I've got a couple of tea with Nans I'd like to suggest that go with this. It's going to be really good. So measuring 1 to 10, I keep saying the measure up, 1 to 10 scale. Under 5, get out, survive. Over 5, then you thrive, okay? There's a talk I've done on the 1st of the 3rd, 22. You can find all my talks, etc. on YouTube now. So Nancy Finch, YouTube. You've got 4 categories. You've got Nan Talks, Tea with Nan, Meditations, and Other, Okay, they all are obvious. But if you go to the other, right, scroll all the way down, you'll find a couple of music downloads you can have as well. So going back to Tibet Nans, okay, Measure Up is the 1st of the 3rd, 22. Okay, that just explains why we should always be mindful of what we have in our lives, not just take it for granted, but we need to have over 5 to be really happy. Okay, counteract stress is a good one because you need to. Okay, it's just another way of just realizing the importance of why you're doing this. Okay, that counteract stress is on the 4th of the 4th, 22. Okay. The next one I've got is the importance of routine. Now, I used to resist this. I used to hate routine, and now I see the value of it. 22nd of the 8th, 22. And it just, as I say, is a form of giving yourself, if you're routined with yourself, then you're giving yourself love. Okay, you're giving yourself kindness. You're giving yourself well-being. Okay, and the last one I've got to suggest is silence is golden. The 2nd of a 6th, 25. So this year. So silence is golden because we need to be silent as well. I know we love music, and I've just gone on about that, but maybe just sitting still and watching the trees move gently in a breeze. Maybe just watching the world in silence. Maybe that will regroup you. I love silence as well. As I say, it's all in moderation, isn't it? And we all appreciate the differences of how they all make us feel. So that's really what it's all about today. What would it be? I used to like going to sound baths. They were really good because you would just, I still do them, but when I get time, perhaps I should make more time for that. An hour of being saturated in sound that makes you feel great. Or it might be a flotation tank. I used to like going to that as well. But whatever, it could be a therapeutic session that you treat yourself to. Something that you just relax and you feel happy being. It's a being feeling, okay? Paul is watching. That's great. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for joining us. As I say, so if you've missed some of this, obviously listen to it again. But have a little think about it. I've got one lady who just loves hugging her dog and a cat, and she spends a lot of time in the garden with her chickens, and oh, it's lovely. It's really good. I've got all sorts of clients, lots of clients just feel great being with their animals, or, you know, hugging their grandson. Oh, my grandson. If I hug him, that's lovely. Very rarely do I get an hour though, because he's always running around. But the point is, the happiness hormones are there. And when you do that, you're being well in lots of areas, mentally, spiritually. You're grounding yourself with that happiness. You're producing more of it just by the law of attraction. So please share this with everybody, because you never know, on a Monday it might just be what they need. And think about what makes you happy. Create your own happy hour and enjoy that happiness. Just tell yourself that you deserve it. A lot of people don't think they deserve that moment for themselves, that hour. Because if you think how many hours there are in a day, we aren't always doing what's really good for us. Hi, Lucy. Oh, it's lovely you're here, darling. You've come on just as I'm finishing, actually. But Lucy, we were just talking about what makes us happy. Create our own happy hour. And think about what it is that makes you happy. It makes me happy to create, to sit quietly, to write in my book, to play drums, to listen to music, to be with people I love. Maybe it's a good friend that will make you happy. Okay? Oh, Paul says, Paul Catfall, the Silent Book Club in Mevagizzy does it for me. Half an hour or chat an hour and a half quietly reading. Oh, Paul, I've just been referencing you, actually. This is so funny. Because you love books and you love reading. And I was talking about the Terry Pratchett books, how wonderful they are and how much fun you get in reading them. So I think that you are really helping yourself, Paul, with a tonic for your mind, for your body. You're naturally going to help yourself on all these levels. And I think it's lovely. Books, you know, people underestimate how important books are. And I love them. And when I forget how great they are until I get into a good book. And that book stays with me the essence of the book stays with me. I love the children's book Pollyanna, and I've just reread that, and it was amazing, and I just love it because it's hopeful and inspirational, and everyone's got a personal choice, haven't they? So hi Lucy, I bet you love books as well, don't you? So sweethearts, you know, enjoy, and it's so nice to see you on here, Lucy. I haven't seen you for ages. But anything that makes you happy, your own personal happy hour, just find that, be mindful, and maybe have different things in that hour. You don't have to do the same thing for a whole hour, but it might be you do that and that. Oh, feels good. Right, I've taken a bit longer today. I didn't think that would go for half an hour, but it did. Okay, create your own happy hour, and whatever that is, measure it so you are mindful of not compromising yourself with what you normally think makes you happy. It may not be as happy as you think. So just be aware and then give yourself that over 5 feeling, okay? Oh, okay, Lucy. Well, Lucy, I'm going to send you lots of love, and I'm going to send you healing energy. And anyone that's on here today is naturally getting the happy vibe anyway, but I'm going to send you lots of healing, those that need it. And I'm going to wish for all of you to be able to create your own happiness and to be mindful of what makes you happy. Okay? All right. I will see you in 2 weeks' time, Monday next. And as I say, I already know what the subject's going to be about. I've written about it, but I'll make that a surprise for you. Actually goes very nicely with today's. So please find things that make you happy, to keep you well, and to influence others, and to attract more of that into your life. Okay? Onto your lives. Right, give yourself a big hug from me, everyone. I'm sending you all love, Reiki love, and have a good week or two until I see you again. And please share this with everyone. It might help them. It might be just what they need. Lots of love to you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.